Hey there, everybody. I hope that you are having a fantastic Tuesday. I wanted to hop on here real quick and do a quick reimagining video for you guys. I'm moving a lot of content to my Patreon site, so please do check out the Patreon link below. And come on over and have some fun with us over at Patreon. Lots of printables, lots of personalized content. You kind of get a look at my little world over here. I've been making some embellishment type, chippy-ish kind of embellishments to go into my journals. And I wanted to show you kind of how to do that and how to reimagine some of the elements that you might have about in your studio, and how to reuse things that you have on hand. So it's kind of a deconstruction, reconstruction sort of video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll show you what I have been making. Now this says My Heart's Desire. You can see that these have a very clean, streamlined design, and that's kind of what I'm going for right now. I really do dig a clean kind of look for things. As most of you know, I'm kind of a minimalistic kind of girl, and that kind of spills over into my art. So two things that I find indispensable when I'm doing this kind of project. One is these types of sticky notes, okay? I bought this little portfolio at the Dollar Tree, and I just love it. I love the portfolio. I love that I can pack some things in here and take them downstairs and work on them downstairs where it's, we have an air conditioner down there, so, it's nice and cool down there, which is super helpful, when it's 100 degrees outside. So, here's what I'm doing, y'all. I wanted to show you one more. This is something that Miss Trill sent me. I keep it, I was keeping it by my bedside because you can see I used all these sticky notes as I was reading books. I kind of like to make physical notes about what I'm reading. So I kind of used all this, but I have not used these smaller elements up here. So we will take advantage of this beautiful gift from Miss Trills. Thank you so much. Okay, let's just get started. I don't have lots of time, but I did want to show this to you and kind of reintroduce you to the Patreon site. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot at YouTube, not like I was, because I think that the payment parameters have changed over here. And as you know, probably when you're on YouTube, you don't get a lot of income anyway, and now that's really seemed to have shifted. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to use something out of here. So let's just take this little sticky note. Isn't that beautiful? It's a greenhouse, and it has all kinds of succulents in it. I just thought it was just way, way pretty. Excuse me, guys. So I'm just going to trim that up. Any of these images can kind of be fussy cut around. And there you go. So that'll be our first image going down. I really did like this sheet that I think Miss Bev sent this to me. I can't remember, but I think it was Miss Bev. So I'll just use this little bumblebee right here. And while I'm cutting out super small things, I think I would like to, I'm just going to choose this little element out of this little sticky notebook, and I'm just going to tear that one, okay? Now let's put this together. If you are with me over at Patreon, you get a free printable of all of my chippies. The chippy things that I do each week, plus a lot more printables. And I have clipping stickers from Tim Holtz's Ideology, which I really do love. You guys know that I'm a big fan of sentences and word clusters instead of, you know, those one word kind of stickers. I really do like something a little beefier than that. All right, we're going to pick up our glue stick. And this is just a how-to. I'm not an expert. I don't know what I'm doing half the time, but you know what? I find that the experimental element of creation is what appeals to me. It's really not even how it looks, or I mean, I like for things to look nice, but to me that's kind of secondary. As I explore the flow of what I'm doing. So the flow to me is the most important part of creativity. You know, we can use this. It says thinking of earlier days, which is cool because we've got kind of a vintage botanical here. We've got a piece of vintage postal, and we've got, you know, we don't see glass greenhouses anymore. So, you know, that came together real nice. Let's do another one, and let's go back to this because it really does seem to be a very nice place to start. I use these are longer kind of sticky notes, and I cut several of these out this morning. I used the top of the sticky notes to write some thank you notes and you know, send along a little bit of happy mail to some folks, and thank you notes to the people, the kind people who have purchased journals lately. So we'll just use this right here. I think what I want to do is kind of do a cluster-ish sort of thing down at the bottom. So you see how you can use what you have on hand. You know, you have sticky notes and they have images on them. Use the sticky notes. It's, like I said, it's experimental. It's deconstruction and reconstruction, which I love. You know, my first thought, which is probably not the right first thought, when I get something is how can I tear this apart and use it in a different way. And yeah, I do. I don't think lineal. I think kind of in a collage-ish sort of way. So when I see something, I don't see it as it is. I see it applied to something else. I hope that makes sense. All right, that one came along just fine. Let's do another one. These items are super cool for Happy Mail. They're great for journaling, to put in your planner. The way that I create mine is I have a lined index card on the back, and then that way you have an automatic space that you can journal. You know, maybe you're doing now from what I understand, the bullet journal method is, there's something in that method about instant logging. That's not right. Something like that. You know, to me, to me, my head translates it as taking notes, you know, in a physical way. I think what I'm going to do here is just kind of, oh, I like She Was Wishing. I think that's pretty. So that turned out really nice. I wish I could think of what that logging thing is. Leanne knows. Instant logging. I can't think of it. I don't know. I tried to read that book and it was like, oh, I can't read that. It's too complex. It's just, it's way over my head. Way over my head. All right, let's use this. So pretty. Look at the glitter on it. It's just really nice. And we'll kind of deconstruct that I do kind of like putting those at the bottom for some reason. I think it kind of gives them a little more balanced-ish kind of thing. Let's see. This says my grateful heart. Let's do one more. And let's choose something from here. Don't you love all that all together? Isn't that just pretty? So let's see if it's going to fit. These are just index cards that I cut in half, okay? So, no big. I think what we'll do here is use strips. So we'll deconstruct the sticky note. Like this. And then let's do an image. Hey, let's use a hummingbird. And I think I'm going to keep this entire image. I'm not going to just tear out the hummingbird. Do it like that. There's something about this, so it's very fresh and clean and neat kind of looking when you use that white background. I really do like using a white background. Let's do my open heart. I think that's really sweet. Alright guys, just a little how-to, not a tutorial because I don't know what I'm doing, about how to reimagine the things that you might have in your stash. So this is like a use your stash kind of video. I'm sure that I'm not the first person to do this, but you know, it just kind of like popped in my head. I started doing them last night and I was like, ooh, I got to show people that, because I bet that all of you have sticky notes in your stash, and this is a great way to use them. Thanks guys for hanging out with me. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.